From the busy streets of New York City and the luscious mountains in Denver, Colorado, this is the Winter Fanboys podcast, produced by First Base Studios. I'm Adam.
I'm Ben.
And now, let's Christmas. And welcome back to the Winter Fanboys podcast, where we have been away for a long time. Just kidding, it hasn't actually been that long. We did an episode March.
Did we really?
We did. It feels like it was actually last Christmas that we did an episode, but we did do an episode in March because we didn't have the
right. We
the
finished
Four of
up.
Hearts.
We finished up Valentine's Day. Yeah, the Four of Hearts.
Yes, which was Valentine's Day from 2022.
Right.
But we did it as 2023. But so, anyway, This is the podcast where we talk about the winter failure, which is God, we should know this. What are they?
The Winter Failure. It's the best Christmas music that no one's ever heard of.
That's it. The best Christmas music that no one's ever heard of.
What we've said before, but we're going to go with it.
Yeah, we're just dusting off the rust.
You know, we're dusting off the rust. We're just getting the lead out, you know.
One would say we're stretching out all the ghouls. That's foreshadowing for those of you that haven't heard of the EP.
So we're going to be covering Artificial Christmas Trees, the new Winter Failure album that dropped just a couple of weeks ago. Anyone who doesn't know and is just tuning in, the Winter Failure is Bran and Dave, who put out Christmas albums every year.
They are our friends.
They are our friends. We like them.
Which last year we confirmed, well, at least I confirmed that I am in fact friends with Bran. So.
Right. It's still to be determined. I have seen Bran in person. Have you?
Yeah.
Have you met Bran in person?
I'm pretty sure I have.
Okay. I once went to his podcast.
You what?
I got to watch his podcast in person. Like, he was recording in New York one year. It was cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. You got to see him when he's famous. Anyway, while we do these, while he was famous, I guess he is.
While he was
Hallmark
famous,
Christmas.
you know.
He's famous in the Hallmark Christmas world. While we do these podcasts, we're going to roll these episodes out over the next week. And while we do it, we are going to have a drink. What are you drinking?
I'm drinking Santa Claus, product placement.
Okay.
It's Imperial Stout with cinnamon buns. And you can see there's a red cat as Santa stuck in a chimney with a fire burning underneath him. So it's kind of horrific.
Stuck in a chimney is also foreshadowing.
I know.
Wow.
Pretty
Which, by the
exciting.
way, it wasn't until today that I realized what that song was talking about. I was like, what is this song? I was cleaning
hilarious.
and I was like, oh. And you didn't ask, but I'm going to tell you what I'm drinking.
Yeah, what are you drinking?
Spiced rum with eggnog and vanilla ice cream. And I've actually mixed the vanilla ice cream in now and then put more eggnog in it, so it's really tasty.
Does your glass say 1991?
It says 1991 vintage. It's a classic. You go on Amazon, you're like, what gift do you get someone who's turning whatever? And then Amazon does the math for you, and they're like, get this one. It's 1991 is when he was born.
Oh, yeah. I do that for everything. Just like
for those of you who want to know, Ben and I were born in the 1900s, so you're welcome.
Yeah, that's...
Makes me feel older when I say that.
The 1900s?
Yeah.
Is that right? I always get confused. It's the 1900s, or is it... And it's the 20th century. We were born in the 20th century. Yeah, don't say that.
That makes you sound young, hip, and cool. 1900s.
1900s, yeah. That feels more right. It gets across like sailing ships and, you know... I'm having to burn coal to heat my house.
Did you have to ride a horse to school?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Really quick.
We're in our early 30s. We're not that old.
Before we just end this episode, because we're just refreshing and getting back into
our best episode
I did want to ask you, what did you think of the album art?
So when I first looked at the album art, I saw like a little, you know, Dave shot me a text of the of an early song, and I was like, oh, cool. And I saw that, and I was really impressed by it. I thought it looked great. And as every year, I'm always kind of interested in sort of what the story behind their album art is. And then Dave spilled the beans pretty much immediately of where it came from. If you wanna share, Adam.
Did he spill the bean to you or to me? To
To
both
me,
of us?
yeah. I mean, like, well, I think it was in a different text thread.
He definitely did not tell me.
Okay, he told me like immediately. I was like, oh, that's okay.
Well, he doesn't have to tell me. I can look at it and realize artificial Christmas trees. Mm-hmm. It kind of plays along with the AI generated album art, which I think is personally pretty controversial. Learning how to talk. Controversy. That's actually what you wanted to say.
That's actually pretty controversy right now. So you should be careful where you tread.
Among artists.
Yeah, taking bread right out of their mouths, Dave and Bran, right now.
It's like they're like this.
Yeah, they're about to eat
and
that just nice white bread.
Nice. It's Wonder Bread.
Yeah.
It's that nice Wonder Bread that they were about to eat. To be fair, I don't think it's completely, I don't think it's like black and white. It's kind of like a gray area. I think it's easy to kind of get worked up over and get excited either way about it. I do think it's, I personally haven't done anything like that because I know some artists that I would probably ask. And if you don't know any artists that would do that, then maybe that's why you would do that. But
if you don't know any artists, you should go find some artist friends,
You should probably hang out more.
Just go make some.
I don't like.
Hang out under a bridge.
You have to.
And wait for a guy with a graffiti with a spray can to come along and just become friends with him.
Totally.
Yeah,
that's how you become friends with an artist.
Nonetheless,
I did think that the album art does kind of fit along with the rest of the songs, and we'll dig deeper into all of that. But I didn't want to get too deep. It is. So I think this is a good spot for us to end this one. And as you can see, Ben and I, we do this on the fly. I actually kind of like us not pre-planning too much because I like us to not know where the conversation is going to go.
I don't know.
With that being said, I'm Adam.
I'm Ben. And stay frosty, my friends.
Yep.